Quilters, I'm Pam Heller, AccuQuilt's cutting expert.
And I'm Erica Botker, AccuQuilt's creativity expert. And we're here today to show you how fun it is to make your projects using the Go Cube Mix and Match 16-inch finish block and the companion angles.
We want to show you the 4 great shapes in the companion angles set and show you how to make the wonderful Go Friendship Beads Throw Quilt, which is hanging behind us. It was designed and created by the amazing Terri, Vanden, Bosch of Lizard Creek Quilting, and the pattern is a free download at AccuQuilt.com. So I'm going to walk back and you can talk.
Okay, I will. So, to make this quilt, Terri used the half rectangle triangle, also known as the triangle and the square sides shape, from the 16-inch companion set angles. And then she has the small square, which is shape number 2, out of the 16-inch mix and match cube.
Yes. Oftentimes, quilters, you need the original cube to make all the shapes work.
Right, right.
Okay.
So this is great because Pam and I have already made videos showing you how the Go Cube Mix and Match 16-inch finish block works, along with another one with the Go Cube 16-inch companion set corners.
And both of those had super cute projects, so be sure to check them out.
That's right.
All right, so Erica, here's our companion set angles.
Yes.
And we're going to move some of our stuff so you can talk about what we need.
And I'm going to turn it around this way so you can see it when I open it
so
up.
You'll notice it's the same size as our box for the 10 and 12-inch companion sets. The dies in this set will work with both the Go and the Go Big fabric cutters. And the first thing you want to do after you say ta-da,
Ta-da!
is pull out the narrow folder.
Yes.
It contains a mat and a pattern book, but why do we take it first, Erica?
Whoop. We take it first so we don't break a nail.
That's important.
I mean, we have priorities, right?
Right. So quilters ask us all the time, are mats included in the cube? And the answer is yes, they are.
Okay. So,
All right. So shall we open it up and see what's inside?
So let's open the first one up. So I'm going to switch these places.
Okay.
So it starts with shape number 13, and this is our triangle in a square center.
Yes.
And when you look at this, do not be fooled. This is not an equilateral triangle.
It is an isosceles triangle.
It is indeed. And that means that these two sides are the same, but this one is different.
And this is the die we're going to pull out and keep.
Yes. So this is the triangle in a square sides,
Right.
also known as a half rectangle triangle.
Yes.
And this is a directional shape.
Yes.
So when you are using fabric that has a print in it, be sure you read your pattern, because if you want them all facing the same way, you need to cut them all the same way.
Right.
But if you fan fold them, then you're going to get sets, which is what we need.
Right. So if all the fabric were laying up and you turn this around, then you would have a left.
Yes, and you would now have no rights.
And we need lefts and rights. So we're going to fan fold our fabric across that die.
But wait, we're not done yet, because
Yes.
here are the next two shapes.
This is trapezoid.
Yes.
And this uses shape number 3 from the original cube. And you could use either the trapezoid shape or I'm sorry, shape number 5 from the original
Right.
cube.
So 5 would be the small half square triangle right here. 3 would be the big one over here.
Yeah.
And that is how that one works. And it's really slick. And it is actually not a directional shape.
No.
There you
And
go.
I'm going to tell you, I've never cut trapezoids without a die.
I have not either. I have not either.
I can't do that math in my head.
And you may be thinking, I am never going to use a trapezoid, but trust me, they are such a big element.
Yes.
And it's so much easier to make it with the trapezoid die, because otherwise you're taking squares and you're only using part of them. You're wasting so much fabric. So it's a great unit. Now this is our kite shape, and I think you can see why we're calling it a kite. And the cool thing about this is that you're going to use the same sides, these half rectangle, triangle, triangle and a square sides, to go on either side of the kite. Now when you put those sides on either side of a kite or a triangle and a square, it's going to make those into a unit that's the same size as shape number 1. Same thing with that trapezoid.
But Terri Vanden Bosch is very clever.
Yes.
And she is allowing us to just use these two shapes. So they're going to finish to 4.5 by 8. Well, they're going to finish by 4 by 8.
4 by 8, yeah.
Yeah, instead of shape number 1, which is 8.
Right.
All right.
So the shapes in every cube are the same. They're just different sizes. And with the addition of this 16-inch version, we now have 8 cubes for you to choose from. 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 12, and this great 16.
Yeah.
Now, one of the great things about using the 16-inch, I think, is how quickly you can get your projects made. I mean, we've got a whole throw quilt behind us, and it's just 9 blocks, right,
9
Pam?
blocks. And they're super easy. They're squares and half rectangle triangles.
Yes.
They're great. Now, this cube is also perfect for quilters who might just have quite a little bit of fabric. You know who you are.
Yes.
And we call it a stash, and it's a great way to use up your stash. And Erica and I have talked about this, about as we were cutting pieces and making blocks, it was like, this really uses up my stash really well.
Yes.
And it's also really good for fabrics that have big prints on them.
Yes.
Modern fabrics often have big colors and bright colors and prints, and so it's great for that. And you could totally step up your game and donate to Quilts of Valor, Project Linus. Here in Omaha, we have Love Antonio. So you can't go wrong with this size cube.
Right, right. Okay. Plus, it's going to work perfectly alongside its friends, the 4-inch and 8-inch cubes. Plus, think about it with block-on board dies that finish to 8 inches.
Yeah.
So many options. Okay, let's get started with the Friendship Bead Quilt because I'm so super excited.
Okay, so even though this is batik, there is a
There really is a right and a wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So we put right sides together, we fan folded, we followed the pattern instructions, and then here is just our white sides.
Yep.
And then here is shape number 2. And this is kind of, quilters ask us a lot, like, how do we know what size to cut? Well, you would just, if I were just doing one color, I would just measure from here to here at 1/4 inch and just cut with the fabric.
We can use this cube on either our Go or our Go Big fabric cutters. I'm using the Go Big over here today. And of course it came out perfectly straight and level because I've got my Go Big die catcher over there.
Right.
And look at that, we used our anti-static spray and I slid my mat off.
It's gonna
So
be
slick.
perfect. Okay, so what I'm gonna do then is I'm gonna put right sides together, and AccuQuilt has already cut off the dog ears, so from here to here is a perfect 1/4 inch seam. And talk about a chain piecing block.
Oh yes, absolutely.
I just am constantly, I know I've told you this many times as we've been making step outs, how fast these 16-inch pieces go together.
They do. And you know, I typically like working with smaller pieces. Well, I do a variety.
She does
But
4-inch.
after I've been working with little pieces for a while, I usually feel the need to do something really big and chunky and wonderful, and this is just perfect for it. So if you just put one pin right there in the middle, you know you're all set.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so this project includes 9 blocks. We've made 1 just while we were here. You can see how easy it is to make 8 more, sew them together, add a little border, and your top is done.
Then quilt is desired, add your binding, and don't forget to add a label when you're all done. Now remember, all 8 sizes of our Go cubes and companion sets have the exact same shapes in them. They are just different sizes.
That's right. And we know you're going to love creating project after project using your Go cubes and companion sets, especially our bold new 16-inch finish size.
From making striking modern quilts to cutting through any size stash of fabric with ease, AccuQuilt is ready to help you cut time
So you can quilt more.